Boom, 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 Chenka. How's it going, everyone? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with a live watch-along for you for the West Ham game today in the Premier League. Come on, United! No messing about today. Tough game, obviously, at the moment. Every game is a tough game, but we've got to get a positive result from this one, like we pretty much do them all at the moment, it seems. But thanks to everybody who's already stopping by in the live chat. I can see there's a bunch of you already waiting patiently in here. Nelson, Akpor, Ian T, Abby, Baptaz, Clam J, Alex Rinconator stopping by here, Poltergeist, Berberspin, Marek Stachowski, Alex Rudd popping in here. How are you guys doing? Thanks very much for stopping by, everybody. Hope you're all having a very good Sunday indeed. It's absolutely pissing down where I am. Filthy weather. Hopefully this is going to bring a little bit of sunshine to our day. My prediction for the game, I mean, I put it on Twitter earlier. I was feeling positive, optimistic, you know. I'm going for a 2-0 win to United. Now, is that the most realistic of results? Not really. It'll be a tough game, this one, away at West Ham, obviously. And if you look at the lineup we've put out, I mean, I'm not 100% sure what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is actually doing there, to be perfectly honest, because he's chosen exactly the same starting 11 as the game against Leicester, which I thought was inadequate at the time. As you can see, it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen here. We've got David De Gea starting in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof and Maguire at the back. Ashley Young is captain in the side. No Marcus Rojo in the team after a good performance. Not sure about that one. McTominay, Matic, Andreas, Mata, James and Rashford. Matic in the team. Static, Swatic, Matic. The Frankenstein getting in there. Hang on, sorry guys, the game's underway. The game has kicked off. Getting a little bit carried away. It's 2 o'clock. The game has just got underway here. 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds gone on the clock if you guys want to sync up with me. But as I was saying, of course, Manchester United's lineup is not the best in my eyes. I think Fred 100% deserved to be starting this game instead of Matic. I mean, what has Matic actually done recently? He's bloody useless. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer seems to think he's better than Fred. Fred obviously has come in a couple of times recently and looked good. Don't understand why we're still selecting Matic out there, but we are. So yeah, I hope you're all having a good one. Thanks for stopping by in the watch along today. I'll keep you up to date with what is happening in the game. Feeling a little bit rough today, so you know, you have to forgive me. Juan Mata, of course, on the pitch. Now, a lot of people I see criticising that selection on social media. I actually really rate Juan Mata in that position in behind the striker. So let's see how he does there. Rashford needs to show a lot more killer instinct. Another big talking point about the selection in this game is there is no Mason Greenwood. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said before the game that he's not feeling too well. He's got a little bit of tonsillitis. Came on bloody quick though, didn't it, eh? Not sure what's going on there, but either way, no Greenwood today. Shame, because I thought he put in a really good performance the other day and obviously got the goal. Would have been nice to see him in there, maybe taking that Rashford role as the striker here. Comment here from Alex Rincon, who comments Gomez over Mata. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, with the way we're going about things at the moment, we're trying to progress, or we're hoping that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to start playing these young players and progress. I say fair play, man. I'd definitely like to see Gomez in there instead of Mata. If we're going to put anybody in instead of Mata, then hopefully it's one of these young quality players who are coming through the ranks, who have talent, who can get some experience. And if they're going to dislodge Mata, then it doesn't bother me. It's when players like Lingard are being put in for Mata where it bothers me. Kevin Tobin, I am having a good day. Thank you very much, Kevin. I hope you are too, mate. Great to have you in here. Lewis Clark would play Matic. It should be Fred. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Fred would be a better player to have in that position today. Him and McTominay there. We haven't seen it enough. When we have seen Fred on the pitch, he's looked good. I don't understand what Ole's really doing there. So there you go. I don't want to criticise his selections too much, but what has Matic done? It's not like he's playing Matic based on form, because if he's looking at the performances of Matic over the last few games, just the last few games, let alone going further back than that, which you can for shoddy performances, they've been absolutely shoddy. So, just disappointed with that one. Disappointed with that one. Right, here come West Ham. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reasoning behind selecting this team today and not changing it from the previous Leicester game is that we did well against Leicester and we limited their chances, which is kind of true. So let's see how we do with that selection today. But, you know, it's not for me. Rincon says, the tonsillitis excuse seems like BS to me. There were rumours that came out over summer that Ole was going to protect Greenwood. So I think that's what he's doing. They want to ease him in. Fair play. That's a very astute point you make there, Alex. I think that could be the case. I doubt he's being punished for that daddy stuff. Do you know what I mean? with his girlfriend or whatever in the car. Doubt he's being punished for that in this day and age. But who knows? But either way, he's not playing. Clam J says, I thought 2 holding mids died with Jose McBuspark. Who are we going to break on the counter with? Well, we do have a lot of pace up the top of the pitch there. So as long as you've got somebody in those deep positions that can thread a ball through, which I'm not so convinced about Matic, but, you know, McTominay, they could potentially do the job in there today. We've just got to get the players away. The likes of James has got pace for days. Great to see, obviously, him back in there. And the likes of Rashford has got pace for days. So you can get these players in behind their defence with a good through ball or a ball over the top. It's just whether or not we've got the player to do that. Rudd says, what daddy stuff? Well, I don't know anyway. I don't want to talk about it. Just Greenwood. Greenwood was caught. I just had a video put on social media. I don't really know him and his girlfriend. He was like, "Do you want to go home?" And anyway, you look into it yourself, Alex. DJC comments, I fear West Ham today. Never fear West Ham. Okay, you shouldn't fear West Ham. West Ham are not a side to be feared. Okay. At any time. No, let's not be too arrogant here. They're actually decent side, made some decent acquisitions. Let's see how they do. I think Manchester United should still be the favourites to win this game, though, based on who we've got out there on the pitch. It's just we need the players to perform. We need the likes of James to perform after coming in back from injury. We need Mata to perform after being given the nod by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Matic, he's got to perform as well. So, yeah. I can see what you're saying. I mean, it's going to be a tough game. Beata Thompson, how are you, my friend? Comments, Fred was our best man in the last match, and he's being punished for it. Not fair. I'm having second thoughts about Ollie. Well, I mean, two of the best performers in the game, I suppose. I mean, Fred, I thought did a good job throughout the game, to be fair, ticking things over, and obviously had a couple of really positive shots, and he did get the assist, didn't he? But obviously Greenwood still had a heck of a lot to do from that pass to make that goal. But yeah, he was very, very positive indeed. I would much rather see him in there than Matic, put it that way. Matic is just proven gash. He's been useless for way too long. So everybody can see that. He used to be a good player, but he's just lost a bit over the years. He's lost a bit of the pace that he barely had to begin with. And he's very, very immobile, and he does seem to get caught out from time to time in defensive positions, which is not what you want from your big defensive lummox, really. Yeah, DJ Power comments, West Ham is pressing. So I haven't talked much about the actual game that's going on today. I'm a bit jelly-brained today. Had a bit of a rough night's sleep. So let's just get into the game a little bit more, guys. So 6 minutes, 18 seconds gone. Yes, I mean, I agree that so far West Ham have been getting up into United's third a lot more than United have. I mean, I haven't really seen anything from United so far with 6 minutes, 30 seconds gone. Not too many chances created at all by either sides, but West Ham are pressing up the pitch. Maguire on the ball now, plays it out left to Ashley Young, who is captain in the side, coming in for Marcus Rojo, who's another one of those players that put in a really good performance in the game against FC Astana and has not been rewarded by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a starting spot in this team today. So, ball over the top there. Oh, and it's cut out there by West Ham's defender. But, yeah, I mean, I do think that we've got some... I don't really understand what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's doing. We've got some selection problem... in the side we've got injury problems, but he could be selecting things a little bit more progressively. The likes of Gomez, the likes of Fred could be getting in there. So, yeah. DJ comments, Rashford should retire Ogbonna today. Let's hope so. I mean, Ogbonna's a decent player, but if Rashford's ever going to be that quality player that we need him to, he's got to be able to get the better of players like Ogbonna. And here is Rashford! He manages to keep the ball, and it's gone out for a West Ham throw deep the red half, but he tried to just latch on the end of a through ball there. It was offside. He was offside anyway. Get onside, Marcus. DJC comments, we are crap this season, Pig. No one fears us anymore. We are a shadow of the Ferguson teams. Not one of these players would have got near the reserves. Hey, man, I can't deny that, really. I mean, obviously the teams we had under Sir Alex Ferguson are a far cry to what we've got today in pretty much every position out there. So you can't even compare it. It's like comparing apples to clunge. Do you know what I mean? That's sort of what it's like about. But either way, this team is clunge compared to what Manchester United used to be. But it's all about the rebuild job for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now. You're right, though. Nobody fears us. We haven't got that fear factor, even at Old Trafford like we used to, where teams were fearing coming there because they knew it was going to be a ridiculously tough place to go to get any sort of a result. Now, teams can obviously had that that belief going into games that maybe United are just there to be had. And we don't have that fear factor, certainly not at the moment with the goals not really free-flowing. Maybe if we had, like, informed strikers really doing the business right now. But we're looking a little bit toothless up there. I mean, looking at that Astana game the other day, everyone keeps saying the same thing to me when I criticise it at all. And that is United should have done, that United got the win, and the win's the most important thing. That's bullshit. Not when you're coming up against a bunch of Kazakhstani farmers. Do you know what I mean? That is a disgrace of a result, really, 1-0. And people keep saying, oh, it's a win. Fair enough, but it was at Old Trafford. We're United. We've got hundreds of millions of pounds worth of players out on the pitch there. No disrespect to FC Astana, but, I mean, they are literally... do some of them actually work on farms part-time and stuff? I don't think they're full on... I'm not even sure if they're full professional players. Maybe they are in the Kazakhstan League, but there you go. I mean... United didn't do a good job in that game, not good enough. We got the job done just against Leicester City, so, we are quite far away from where we should be right now. If we were a proper team, I mean, look at what Manchester City did to Watford the other day. Now, would you say yesterday, would you say Watford is a better team than FC Astana of Kazakhstan? I think you'd have to say that they are, but City beat them 8-0. So, I don't know, City lost to Norwich the week before, but that's how it goes. But they absolutely ripped a Premier League team apart yesterday. And United, on the other hand, we couldn't score more than one bloody goal from a 17-year-old against FC Astana in the Europa League on Thursday. So look, we are a distance away. And I know we had a bunch of young players out, but rightfully so, because the experienced players are just not performing to the level they should be. Rob McCready, how you doing, mate? He comments, I reckon West Ham 5-0. Thank you very much for getting in here, mate. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't think so, mate. We'll see how that one goes. I know that's what you want, but let's just see what actually happens. I'm still going for the 2-0 to United here, even though it's been a slow start. Very slow start indeed from the side. But, it's a transitional season for Manchester United. There are going to be some horrible results along the way, I'm sure of that. It's just about trying to get into the top 4 for United this season, which is a disgrace to say, but that's the maximum we can hope for this season. Alex Rudd comments, that was a crazy match yesterday. Yeah, I mean, fair play to City. I mean, I watched a bit of the first half, watched all the highlights of the goals. They were just absolutely toying with them. I think they were 5-0 up within 18 minutes of the game, or they scored 5 goals in 18 minutes. So it's kind of, I think it's the quickest time to reach 5 goals ever scored in the Premier League. So it was just, that goes to show you the level of mockery it was from Pep Guardiola's City. And I always thought Watford recently were a bit of a decent side, so... Beata Thompson comments, Alex Rincon, in that case, Rashford must be awesome in training, although the lad would have difficulties hitting the floor with a bowling ball. And Matic must be like Pirlo in training. Well, look, I mean, we aren't seeing what's going on behind closed doors on the training pitch, but what we are seeing is how shite Matic is out there on the pitch for United when he actually plays in games. Same goes for Rashford. I mean, Rashford was actually okay in the game against Astana, everything other than doing the thing that he's there for, which is finishing off the chances, which is getting the goals. He couldn't put it in past Astana's keeper, Eric, and that was just a poor showing from him in terms of finishing, lacking that cutting edge. He's lacked that for quite a while in the last few games. I mean, he scored a couple of goals against Chelsea in that game, and we were all thinking, do you know what, this might just be his season where he steps up and can get us 20 goals, 25 goals this season, But he's gone completely off the boil since then, and he looks like he's really struggling in front of goal. I just don't think he can be that man for us. I'm disappointed that with no Martial fit, we're not playing the likes of Greenwood. Greenwood apparently has got tonsillitis, which seems like BS to me. But look, I would like to see him progress these young lads. Rashford has got to step up to the mantle and start delivering for us now, though. Otherwise, maybe we've got to look for a new striker in January. Cheers, lads and lasses. Everybody who's tuning in here, you're a bunch of legends. Do us a favour before you... I was going to say before you go. We've only just started, but smash a cheeky little like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, of course. Yeah, feeling very rough, very fragile today, so... I'm not exactly my 100% energetic self, but I'll try and commentate on this game as best we can anyway. So we've just had a foul. Looks like a West Ham player. Is it Bonner's going to be given the yellow card? Yes, it is. For a foul on Andreas Pereira, and Andreas is down on the sidelines at the moment. Let's have a look at this replay. Oh, and it's a full-blooded charge in there by Ogbonna. and he completely clears out Andreas Pereira. Is he playing a game of American football right now? Because it looks like it. I mean, that was pretty full-blooded. Mark Sin comments, Henry is going to love Wednesday. Come on, my son, get in there. Have some of that, Spurs. Leicester beat them, of course. Fantastic result, that. For me, anyway, because obviously Henry's a Spurs fan and he's been given it the absolute big one recently about Spurs and United and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just going to absolutely rip him to shreds. But United need to win this game, though. That's the thing. It won't work unless United win this game. But yeah, we'll be looking forward to ripping Henry a new one on Wednesday about how shite Spurs are. I wonder who my melter of the moment could be, eh? And Rincon says they drew with Olympiacos too. I know, it's brilliant. They're having a nightmare. But it will all be for naught, in a way, if United don't get the positive result today against West Ham. And it's a tough game away from home, of course. They're all tough games for United at the moment. We don't have that fear factor. We don't have that quality, that cutting edge right now. Eric012 comments, how much is Maddison worth? I mean, I personally think he's worth a lot of money in today's market. You know, if Harry Maguire is worth 80 mil, James Maddison being a creative player from the same team, who they probably won't want to get rid of him for anything less than a large amount of money. Oh, and a shot from distance by Nemanja Matic. He's had a pop from 40 yards out there. Fair play to him. Straight at the keeper, though. But positive, I guess, from Matic. That's our first real chance of the game. So just out of frustration there, maybe, for the lack of creativity that's currently going on. Anyway, to go back to your comment, I think Maddison's probably worth about, I don't know, 80 to 100 million. It's ridiculous to say. He's, 22 years, 23 years of age, something like that. He's a young player, but he looks like such a talent, creating all sorts of chances for Leicester. Definitely a player I'd like to see come in, because he seems to have the right mentality, right attitude. He's got the qualities of the sort of creative, homegrown players that we want at United. Somebody who'll be stepping up to a new level as well at United. So would relish the prospect, hopefully. Definitely a right fit for United, in my opinion. So, yes, we probably have to pay a lot of money to convince Leicester to part ways with him, though. Just like we did with Harry Maguire. That's the way football is. These teams don't need to sell so much now. Everybody gets given 100 million at the start of the season from these TV rights and that sort of thing. And they've got all these other commercial deals. Premier League football's huge, so they don't have the same necessity to sell or struggle to keep hold of players, because everybody can afford top players. James Melia comments, Rashford needs to step up big time today. Yeah, I would like to see a goal from the lad. He's got to do something, doesn't he? Ollie keeps giving him the faith by putting him in there in this position, and he's got to start repaying that faith sooner or later. It's all well and good making the movements and having the chances, but you've got to cap them off and finish off, put them in the back of the net here. Gungshi, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you in here, buddy. Comments, Matic must have just got struck by lightning. He actually showed signs of life. I know, yeah, the monster lives. He's alive! He's alive! He's suddenly come alive in this game with a shot. A shot from distance, which was not even a half chance. But there you go. At least he had a shot. At least he came alive there for a moment. Look, fair play to him. He's a seasoned, experienced player, isn't he? I mean, he's obviously better than your average Premier League player even now, but I just don't think he's used correctly in this side. I also don't think that he gives us what we want in that position. So, it's like square pegs round holes again. We should have Fred in there. We need to have a bit more creativity from those two players in the middle there, because we've got the pace up there. We've got the young, sort of raw pace up top there with the likes of James and Rashford, and any of these players up top there have got the pace really, apart from Mata today. So if you get them away, then they can cause havoc. They can wreak havoc. But if you don't get them away by putting in a good pass, then they won't, obviously. And that is what Matic is not really the best at doing. He's not like a creative player from back there, and his defensive attributes have lessened over the last season or two, I think. Corner in by United. It's a floater all the way to the back stick there. It was a decent sort of a corner, but nobody anywhere near it, nobody getting on the end of it there. I was impressed with Angel Gomez's corner taken in the game against Astana, so it's a shame that he's not playing, because his delivery, I know it's only just one part of the game here, but his delivery of corners was pretty much faultless in that game. Mark Sin says, Pig, how is the ring-in format looking? It's going to be in place. It should be in place for Wednesday, okay? I wanted to get it in place for last week. Just didn't quite have the time to do it. So this Wednesday, we should be able to take some calls. It might be a rudimentary pay-as-you-go telephone line that you call, but whatever. We'll figure it out definitely for Wednesday, even if it's just in a shite capacity. Hold on a second. Have we got a free kick there? Referee says no. United trying to create something there. What happened? Let's have another look at the replay. Yep, Gungshi says our squad is so thin. I mean, I don't really understand why we didn't strengthen more in the summer, but it is. With a couple of injury problems like now, you can see how thin it truly is. When you've got no other option but an out-of-form Rashford. Ball over the top to the back stick for United. Dealt with by West Ham. And it's quite a tentative exchange at the moment. It's just opened up a little bit. West Ham now looking to surge forward on the counter-attack. West Ham come on down the left. Felipe Anderson cuts back inside. He tees up his teammate and the shot comes. But David De Gea is equal to it, clutches it to his chest. And Yarmolenko cannot get the ball in the back of the net there. Let's have a look at that. They ripped us open very easily on the counter. There's so much space on that left-hand side there. Wan-Bissaka tries to make the recovery tackle. Just slightly out of position there, I think. And the ball gets laid off to Yarmolenko and he has a pop at goal. Good chance that for West Ham. Alex Rez's 1800 pig talk, 1800 pig talk. Sorry, we don't have that over the UK. That's why I said it like that. I've heard it in movies and stuff. We don't have that shite. You can't just pick up a phone and call 1800. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, maybe set up an international hotline. Rincon says, West Ham don't have Lanzini, so they can't make those shots. Oh, hang on a second. Rashford's got an opportunity. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, what the fuck? What the hell was that, man? He's just completely stopped and just given the ball away, allowed himself to be tackled. Have a pop or do something, Marcus. Here he is on the ball again down the left. I'm sorry, but that just sort of sums up Marcus Rashford right now. He's got in the right position. He's in a great position to have a shot. Is it a confidence thing? I don't know, but he just couldn't pull the trigger there. He was in an acre of space. He could have done something. Wan-Bissaka with a ball, and it's a great ball to the 6-yard box, but it's a really good header away. And it's gone out for a Manchester United corner. So second corner here. I think I was 10 seconds behind or something on the stream. 21 minutes, 12 seconds gone. United have another corner. Matic wades his way in there. It's to the back stick. Maguire gets his head on it. Daniel James tries to get a ball into the 6-yard box, but it is dealt with by Cresswell for West Ham, who puts it out for another Manchester United corner. So at least this is a little spell from United where we are putting on a little bit of pressure. So far in this game, we've not seen too much of that from United. So here we go, another corner for United, or is it a throw-in deep in West Ham's half? It's a corner. Here comes the corner. Oh, nobody can get on the end of it again. Poor stuff. Poor showing, lads. We've got a comment here from Eric who comments Greenwood should start ahead of Rashford. I mean, listen, I think that's definitely the case. I'm not sure why Greenwood's not playing today. Ollie said it's because of tonsillitis, but I'm not so sure. Kevin Tobin says, I think Rashi overthinks when he has too much time. Yeah, I mean, he definitely did that then. It was like he was waiting for a teammate to come and make a run or something, when he could have just had a shot himself. There was nobody making the particular run that he was looking for, and time just got away from him and he was dispossessed. It was just not the sort of the cutting edge mentality you want to see from your striker up there, to be perfectly honest with you. You want them to be hungry for the eye for goal, if you know what I mean, and be looking for the goal constantly. People criticise players for being a little bit selfish, but I quite like that from a striker. I want a Ruud van Nistelrooy who's just trying to put the ball in the back of the net himself when he's in a good position to. Absolutely. So, yeah, but Rashford's maybe not that guy. Now, when we saw Greenwood play the other day against Astana, you saw from the goal that he took and the 2 shots that he had before that, which were good shots, not far away, sort of created out of nothing, that he doesn't seem to have that slow down when there's a key decision to be made, like an an attempt at a shot. You know, he literally had an opportunity there to just have a shot on goal in a good position. Sure, it wasn't the ideal position. It was for a bit wide, a little bit further out than maybe he'd like. But he just didn't pull the trigger there, and unfortunately, I think he's just got a problem there. Mason Greenwood, on the other hand, doesn't seem to have that. It's just more natural in that position. He makes the right decision. It's easy to say that with a couple of games that we've seen, but just on the face of it. United pass it round their back line then. Juan Mata on the ball coming deep. Back to Harry Maguire, Lindelof, Maguire. Wan-Bissaka over on the right, who's been amazing for us so far this season. So happy with that lad. Really, really am. What a player he is. Can't fault him at all. And, Daniel James, our other young new signing, the 21-year-olds, the young lads, the new signings, they've been doing it for United this season. I hope they can do it again. Hold on a second. Oh, I think Matic just managed to latch onto a ball that was loose by West Ham. They tried to thread a ball over the top there to Rashford, but it was skipped out. But I think that was Nemanja Matic, or was it Scott McTominay? It was probably McTominay, wasn't it, with that sort of level of vision. Crikey, here come West Ham down the right. Wan-Bissaka doing the job over on the other side of the pitch now. Defending for United. Oh, and West Ham, they fashioned themselves an opportunity. They got the ball into the 6-yard box. Cleared away by Harry Maguire. Here come West Ham again. This is good pressure by West Ham. United just can't get a foothold in the game at the moment. That's the problem. Chances have come from corners so far. We haven't created hardly anything. Rincon says Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing left back. Crazy. He's all over the gaff, this lad. Is he actually playing left back? Is that what you're telling me? I mean, at the moment he definitely is. So Young's playing right back today. I've only just noticed that. That's pretty nutty. You're right, though. Why is that, then? Like, obviously Wan-Bissaka's been playing right back. Ashley Young's been playing left back. Or have they just swapped over momentarily? Lalu Pato says Wan-Bissaka doesn't go past his own half. That's not strictly true. He's been, in today he's not got forward very much, but recently he's been overlapping, he's been crossing all sorts of balls in. So he does do that, but I think he's more defensively sounded, defensively minded, as opposed to an attacking wing-back type player. Maybe more like a Dallo will be. And a foul on Daniel James here. Has got a free kick for Manchester United. Great to have James back in the side. I think we missed him in the last game. He's just got so much pace. I mean, look at that. He's got past him. He's absolutely wrestled to the ground and mauled in the end. Because there's just nowhere stopping the lad. He's tucked in behind the defender Diop there. And he's had to be dragged to the floor. That's the only way he was going to be stopped. Terry Carr comments, hello FP, this Everton X-fan appreciates your humour. I'm subbed up to you, United 2-1 win. Top man, Terry, thanks very much for getting in here with your words of encouragement and support there, man, even from a toffee. Thanks for having you in here, and I love your prediction. I hope that's true. I do hope United can get the job done today. We absolutely need to. Ball in by Ashley Young, free kick. I mean, that is a shite free kick from Ashley Young. Let's have a look at that. I mean, nobody's running onto it, to be fair. But there was a bit on it. Yeah, they were just the movement was lacking from the players up top there. Ashley's not happy. Has he had a bird shit in his mouth again? It sort of looks like it. He just spat out and gave it a wipe. I'm not sure. Rincon says, poor there by Young. Why isn't Matt or Andreas taking free kicks? I think Matt is the best set piece taker we've got. I agree with you entirely. But Ashley Young, I mean, to be fair, it just had a little bit too much on it, and the players in that area needed to be attacking it a little bit better. So it's a combination of the two there. But yeah, I mean, I think Juan Mata's great, but that was a deeper free kick there, I suppose. So just got our forward players up there. Matic to Mata in the centre of the park for United. McTominay to Matic and back. Matic, he can only turn around and pass sideways like a crab. That's all he can do. Daniel James down the left then for United. West Ham really limiting our wingers' opportunities to get in behind, down in wide positions at the moment. Ball played wide out to Wan-Bissaka on the right, who's now on the right side of the pitch again. And he is dispossessed this time. Here he comes to try and get it back. Felipe Anderson does well just to shuck him off and get a pass to a teammate. Mark Noble back to Ogbonna. It's just a little bit dreary at the moment for United, this, lads. And that's as it really is. I mean, I wish I could report better from the London Stadium today. But at the moment, this is bloody dreary from United. Half an hour gone. Hardly anything created. Sort your bloody lives out, honestly. Is it a surprise when we've got, Matic in the centre of the park there, who's got all the creativity of a wet fish? Is it also okay to, not play the likes of Fred, who does seem to have a bit of creativity and give us something in that area and is a good passer of the ball? Oh, my days. I mean, it is just dreary at the moment. Here come West Ham. Shimon comments, that midfield is trash. I mean, it is not the best midfielder in the world. Look, McTominay's had a good game the last game. We've seen the best and the worst from McTominay in this short Premier League campaign so far. In a couple of performances, he's been brilliant. In another couple of performances, he's been very ropey. So we can't expect him to be the finished article yet. He's still got a lot of progression to do. I think he can be that man and do that for us at some point in the future, though. And I'm liking that we're giving him the opportunities. But Matic, on the other hand, he's over the hill. He's done. He's proven not good enough. It's not like he's going to really have a resurgence at this point in his career. He's played maybe 10 games in a row for United, which I deem to be subpar. So I don't see what Ollie's sees in him. It's a poor midfield. Pogba does give us something. I don't want to see Pogba played in that midfield too, though. I'd like to see him played a bit further up because I think he's bloody useless there. He's not the energetic character we think he might be. He's not a lover of getting back and defending like some of the other lads are, like a McTominay, for instance, who really harries and hassles and tries and works his socks off in that position. So, we've got a lot of work to do in terms of midfield. I think we're 2 midfielders away at United. We need somebody who is like a replacement for Matic in that CDM role, perhaps, and we do need a creative player, somebody to create in front, like maybe a Maddison or something like that. So those are the sorts of players we're lacking at the moment. Everybody can see that. Our midfield shite. It's going to be a big problem. As you can see right now, we're losing that midfield battle. We can't really get going because obviously everything has to come from the midfield. And, it's just not happening for United at the moment, I'm afraid to say. Hopefully that will change before half-time. There's just under 15 minutes left. Currently 31 minutes, 34 seconds gone on the clock. Ashley Young trying to rally the troops here because we need an injection of something into this side right now. They're bottle jobbing it at the moment. Yeah, Steven Zevon comments, boring as Fook. I mean, it is particularly boring at the moment. I was hoping for a fantastic, entertaining and enthralling encounter here. And so far, we're being treated to a bloody Louis van Gaal snooze fest. Come on! Pereira with a shot on goal. He's hit his own teammate with a deflection, I think, and does it go out for a goal kick? Or is it a corner? We might have won another corner here. It would be nice for, like, Maguire or Matic, or one of these big lads that we've got on there to get ahead. It'd be nice for Maguire to get a goal for United, actually. But look, Matic, you're a big lummox there, pal. Do something with it. Honestly, I think Matic makes Fellaini look like he was a really good player for United. Because if you look at the actual input of what Fellaini had in certain games and stuff, you can't deny the impact that he had. He was decent sometimes, whereas Matic, he just doesn't get that. Right, here we go. Corner for Manchester United. The ball comes in. It's a good corner and it's into the 6-yard box, but it just, I don't know what happened there. Nobody seemed to get on the end of it. It seemed to hit somebody and just fall to the ground. And holy crap, West Ham come on the counter-attack. It's 2-on-2 at the moment. Oh, what a tackle there by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Oh my days, this lad is something special. Did you see that? What a slide challenge just to completely end West Ham's counter-attack. This lad is special, he is. Brilliant from well. And look at him covering there. Look at that covering, defended by him there. Oh my days. Ashley Young was done there. And Wan-Bissaka's read it. He's made the cover and run. Holy crap. What a player. Oh, yeah, James Mellier comments, Wan-Bissaka, what a player. He really is just incredible, isn't he? I mean, I can't believe how easy he made that look. That original tackle and then that cover and run to get the second tackle in. Unbelievable. Berber Spin comments, 50 million. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's a bargain. It's looking more and more like it every day, my friend. People were criticising the price tag when he came in, and it's a lot to pay for a 21-year-old who's only really had one good season in the top flight for Crystal Palace. But he's showing already. He's basically been our best performer so far. Overall, I would say, Aaron Wan-Bissaka over the season, and at 21 to come in and play like he's playing, it's unbelievable. He's absolutely unbelievable. Here comes Felipe Anderson then down the left for West Ham. Great player, of course. Fantastic player. In fact, he had a great season last year, didn't he? For West Ham. Talented Brazilian lad. Somebody that, was being talked about as a potential suitor for United at some point as well because of how good he was last year for West Ham in the Premier League. But there you go. I mean, I don't think that is our key area to strengthen right now because obviously we've got James who seems good on the left. We've got Rashford who can play out wide there. I think should play out wide. I think there's other areas that we could do with strengthening right now. McTominay just commits a foul there on Mark Noble. Or is it the other way round? No, it was McTominay. Foul on Mark Noble. So West Ham get a free kick in a interesting position. They can float a ball in, try and attack it. United will have to defend this set piece. Well, we've shown that throughout the season. A bit of an improvement, I think, in defending set pieces. Now, not Victor Lindelof. He's had a mare. But in general, everywhere else, defending set pieces has been quite an improvement, I think, from last season so far anyway. All right, West Ham have the free kick then. Looking to get something going here. Basically like a corner. It's right by the byline here. Ball whipped in. To the edge of the area. He's gone for the Paul Scholes the effect. Oh my days, and it almost gets through. David De Gea makes the save, and West Ham just tried the Paul Scholes corner routine on us from a free kick there. And luckily for us, Mark Noble is not Paul Scholes. He's absolutely not. Because Scholesy, obviously, that famous corner routine, first time volley. Fair play to him for having a go. He's made the connection, and I think Harry Maguire's just got a little deflection touch on it, which made it tricky for De Gea. And De Gea's made a good save dive into his left there. Fair play to him. Terry Carr, United startups just doesn't have the panache. It used to and it deserves. Fair play, yeah. I mean, we just don't have it, do we, right now? But, it will come with time, hopefully. People shouldn't be expecting Ollie to just perform wonders overnight with this squad because the squad is seriously lacking. It's a top 6 squad, but that's it. It's not a top 4 squad, so if we do manage to somehow get top 4 this season, it will be an achievement. Of course, we can strengthen in January. We need to strengthen in January. We need a few players coming in January. I've said recently we're 4 players away from having a decent enough squad to really even challenge for top 4 consistently every year. We're lacking that sort of defensive midfield player. We are lacking perhaps a left back as well because, Luke Shaw I'm not overly convinced with. We've only got, of course, Young and Rojo there, which are questionable. Then we need some sort of a creative spark in the side. Just not creative enough. Somebody can unlock a defence. That's where maybe a player like James Maddison comes in. We need some sort of another striker to give us a backup option for when Martial's not fit. If Martial even proves himself this season to be that goalscorer we hope he will be. We need somebody to deputise there. Because Mason Greenwood, 17, he can't do it all, of course. Rashford clearly can't do it, I'm afraid, as an out-and-out striker, I don't think. I think he's a great wide player, but not as an out-and-out striker. So I think we're probably a player away. I don't know who. Callum Wilson at Bournemouth I saw something about him in the paper the other day about being interested, Ollie having some interest in it. I mean, who knows? I mean, I think he's a good player. I don't think he's really what United are looking for, though. But as if he wants to come over in a backup capacity, then maybe that would be good, but I don't think he would. West Ham with a shot from the edge of the area. Good closing down there by Lindelof and Maguire to get the double block in. 38 minutes just gone on the clock. West Ham looking to try and get a goal here before half-time. They're coming forward. Nobody's fearing United at the moment. You can see that with this game. There's no fear going on with West Ham. It's the other way round, if anything, at the moment. Special shout out to the likes of Rincon and Rudd who do stop by in this and moderate this live chat and stuff. Much appreciated to you guys who do that. So thanks very much for doing that. I know it's probably annoying, but I really appreciate you getting in here and watching along and keeping an eye over the chat. You're a bunch of legends. Reese Carter says, Lindelof getting better. Stephen Sherwood comments, Reese, we can only dream. I mean, look, he's actually shown a lot of improvement over the last couple of seasons, especially last year. He was like, oh, West Ham with a shot from the edge there. Great bit of defending there. Mark Noble tried to get a shot away again, and there was a lunging challenge by somebody. I'm not sure who it was. I think it may be Daniel James, actually. Let's have a look, but somebody's just come in there and taken it off his toe. Daniel James, lad! Great bit of defending. Putting his body on the line there, too, as well. That's what I'd like to see. That is what I'd like to see. Less of the diving, more of that, lad. That was quality. Brilliant, yeah. I mean, that was just... You know, I'm not sure. You don't see Pogba go into a challenge with that tenacity. That's all I'm saying. Gungshi comments, Rinconator and the Ruddinator are the stuff of legend. They absolutely are. They're like part of the furniture around here at the Flying Pig. So are you, Gungshi. There's a bunch of the ones. Buster B's in here. Voodoo Chili. Anybody else I may be neglecting to say. You know, I apologise. But you are truly like furniture around here. So thanks for getting in here. I know Voodoo Chili's like one of those lovable troll type people that he's just trying to wind me up half the time, but I love it. Oh, yeah. 40 minutes gone in the game here, and United still without a breakthrough. And if we're being totally honest, we've barely created anything throughout this first half. It has been a dreary show of shite. That's what's happened. Rincon says, I just realised this is Marshall's third injury of 5 weeks or more under Ollie. What do you think that is, Pig? I don't know. I mean, hopefully it's just not Martial being injury prone. I mean, who knows? Overworked? I don't really know. I don't think it's overworked. So I think it's just a bit of bad luck at the moment for Martial getting an injury. Gungshi says, we've created F-all, 100%. I mean, what have we actually created in this game? Nemanja Matic had a half-chance shot from about 40 yards out, which worked the keeper, I suppose you could say. We've had a bunch of corners in, which we've got nobody on the end of. Rashford got through one-on-one with the goalkeeper and just stopped in his tracks and was dispossessed, couldn't pull the trigger. So yeah, you're right, we created piss all. West Ham haven't created that much, fortunately, but they have been pressing, and they definitely created more than United. And they're looking more dangerous and threatening than United are in this game. It's a great tackle by Ashley Young there, good sliding tackle to get the ball out. Big D comments, absolute rubbish, no creativity. I mean, again, that's the theme of the side at the moment. We are really lacking in creativity out there, and I guess it stems from that midfield too. Because look, I know Mata's a creative player. I know he is, but we're just not. The wingers are not getting in behind at the moment. We're not getting any joy down the wings whatsoever, and of course, Matic and McTominay are not threading anything through. We're not creating anything from that position there. And Matic hasn't today either, to be perfectly honest, so far. I've barely seen him on the ball at all. Buster B says, good to see Pereira playing. Yeah, Pereira's a good player. I think he could definitely have a really good future at United. Looked a little bit ropey in the last performance we saw from him, but I think that's a positive selection to stick with him for this game from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I do. I'd much rather see him on there than, Lingard, someone like that anyway. Terry says, Matic will score a blinder, so calm down, calm down. Well, I hope that is the case, my friend. I truly do. But even if he does, it doesn't hide the fact he's a bloody useless player all round. He's not bloody useless, okay? He's decent, okay? He's got a role at United, but I think it just should be at this stage of backup capacity. We do need to buy a player in that position who's a bit better. Voodoo says, come on, Hammers. Yeah, you see, there you go. There you go. Look, they're a good team. They're showing that here. They're not scared of United. They're taking it to us. I mean, if I had to place a bet, if I didn't know who these two teams were, and I had to place a bet just based on the performances of what team was going to go on and win this game, I'd have to bet my money on West Ham right now. But that's not to say United can't do it. Ashley Young makes a great tackle there. What a block by Ashley Young. Oh, I have to say, fantastic slide challenge by the Younginator there. The Younginator is turned around from Ashley Clunch to the Younginator in a couple of decent performances. Anyway, still doesn't mean I'm happy to see him in there. Oh no, we've conceded, man! West Ham have scored! And you cannot say it's not been coming because it's been a disgraceful performance in terms of getting overturned in midfield there. We're getting overpowered in midfield by shitty West Ham. And they've just totally done us and tucked one away in the bottom left-hand corner past David De Gea from a chance from the edge of the area. Let's see who it is who puts it in the goal. So it's too easy. It's too easy. Let's have a look at the replay here. Turned inside. Oh, and the runner is not marking the West Ham midfielder who just lingers into space there. And he's not closed down. He finds the teammate. He plays the ball through. And is it Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof? Is totally undone there. And it goes in the bottom left-hand corner of David De Gea's goal. Harry Maguire, got to be judging that better. Everyone's had a mare there. Just got caught ball watching. Nobody's actually gone with the man. There's 2 occasions there. We've just let the man go, which has led to that goal. That's a fucking shocking goal to concede. And it is Yarmolenko who's got on the end of it. I mean, good movement by West Ham there, but where's the movement by United's defenders? Where is the movement by United's defenders there? It's bloody shocking. And here we go again, lads. Here we go again with United. It's just fucking depressing. They're useless. Anyway, look, there's still another half of football. I don't want to get too defeatist and negative, but I mean, that is some shite defending right there to concede that goal. It's all too easy for West Ham. And you can't say it's not been coming. I mean, as I just said before that, I said the more likely team to go on and win this right now is looking like shit in West Ham. Luke Padley comments, how you doing, Luke? He comments, Ashley Young left him. Yeah, I mean, somebody, whoever it was, I didn't see it because I'm watching it on the phone. But if you're telling me it's Ashley Young, then that was shocking. Just after a decent bit of performing by him in this game with some good slide tackles and stuff, he goes and does that. I mean, there was two defenders there by United who were at fault there for not going with the runners. There's 2 West Ham runners who just meander into space, and they just don't go with him. They're just caught ball watching. It was really shocking stuff. Sums up United's first half performance, really. Just subpar, lacking in any sort of real creativity, and just got undone by West Ham, who look the better side so far in this game, who are trying 100% as opposed to whatever United doing it right now. Ugh. Rincon says, we're just not good enough. That's the bottom line. Need to bring the kids on. That's what I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You can see that these players like Matic, they're shite. The older players, Mata's had a poor performance today so far. Bring some youth on then, Ollie. Let's give the opportunities to these younger lads. I fully agree with you, Rincon. I wanted to see that from the start anyway. Too negative of a selection putting Static Twatic Matic, the Frankenstein's monster with a few freaking volts of electricity up his arse on the pitch. He's useless. Ashley Young, he's 33 years of age. He just should be a backup player, to be perfectly honest. Look, he had a good game against Leicester, to be fair, and he's done a good couple of challenges in this. But where's the progression of the youth? Where's the players like Dallo coming into it? Where's Angel Gomez coming into things right now? I mean, the problem with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well is even though certain things are not working in this game and we have zero creativity, with a lack of cutting edge in the final third too, though we can see that he won't make the changes, I don't think, until about the 70th minute. And then it will probably be too late. If he was progressive, he would come on, he would bring some players on at half-time here, he'd put Angel Gomez on, or he'd just give an opportunity to somebody else. Because at the moment, it's just not working. And we can live with a few bad performances if we are giving the young players the game time and they're getting the experience and learning from it and we're progressing and it looks like there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel and a future. But if he keeps selecting players based on their shitting reputation who are not performing, then what can we say? What can we say? He's got to make the changes. Fines comments, Gomez needs to come on. Absolutely. 100%. By the way, yeah, Stephen Shorrock comments, it's half-time. It was half-time about a minute ago. I didn't tell you that because I was just ranting about how shit United were after conceding that goal. But that's what's happened. We've lost the belief of this football club, I think. I mean, that first half performance was so shocking. It was. I can't paint over it in any other way. Second best to West Ham in most departments there. Going forward, we barely had a couple of opportunities. Frankenstein had a chance with a shot on goal from 40 yards out. Rashford got through on goal like the headless chicken that he is with no end product and couldn't bloody have a shot. Just have a shot, Marcus. It's infuriating, it really is. And then, corners, couldn't do anything with those. So far, it's proven to be an absolute shit show of a performance from Manchester United, isn't it? That's what's going on. We've tried, oh, my God, it's so frustrating, isn't it? Zabodino comments, Matic has been a passenger anytime he gets the ball. Other than that shot he had, anytime he gets the ball, he just passes it sideways. And if there's nobody there to pass it to, he turns around, does a little 180, passes it sideways. He's basically a freaking foosball player stuck on the metal bar. That's how he plays football. Is that how he was coached as a child? Is that how he learned the game of football, by playing foosball, where he could only move on a freaking line? Seems like it. But anyway, he's bloody useless. Is what I'm saying, and I think you're saying the same thing too. Yash comments, so many walk-in players. Rashford looks done with running. Now, I don't know what's going on with Rashford at the moment. In this game today, I mean, to be fair, we've barely got him away. In terms of movement, it's lacking from him though. But we've barely got him away with any sort of creative pass forward through a defence or round a defence or over a defence. Barely got him away. And when we did get him away, he just crumbled, unfortunately, and didn't take his opportunity. Not too sure what that's all about. I mean, he needs to take a look in the mirror, really, and just ask himself, is he really a finisher? Should he really be playing up top? And Ollie Gunnar surely by now can see that he doesn't have that cutting edge in front of goal. Come on, Ollie, you were the baby-faced assassin, lad. You know what's going on. You're an assassin, pal. Don't tell me Marcus Rashford's an assassin, because he's not. If he was, then, we'd have probably lost the war. That's all I'm saying. Because he cannot put the ball in the back of the net, unfortunately. Fox and Ram comments, one question, Pig. How much would you pay for Kevin De Bruyne? I mean, a heck of a lot of money. He really has been fantastic. I mean, it's crazy what Chelsea have done with a couple of these quality players that have turned out to be quality players over the years. De Bruyne was sort of cast away by Chelsea. Who else was cast away by Chelsea? I was going to say Lukaku then, but, maybe that was a good choice. There's been a bunch of players. Frickin' hell, my brain's gone to absolute mush today, lads and lasses. Robben was sort of cast off by Chelsea, went on to be one of the best players in the world. They do that. Mo Salah is another one. Look at Mo Salah now, he's one of the best players in the league. Chelsea had that twat at one point. Yeah, Fox and Ram comments, Salah, Chelsea had those guys, all those guys, and they didn't do anything with them. De Bruyne has gone to City. Of course, he's come and shown himself to be one of the best creative players in the league, absolutely. Pep Guardiola basically calls him the best player in the world, and in a way, he is pretty much the best player in the world at what he does. He's fantastic. I would do a lot for Kevin De Bruyne right now. Hate to say it. Buster B says, I'd swap Pogba for De Bruyne any day of the week. 100%, man. I mean, it's not even a conversation, is it? The only real problem with that is there's no way City would want Paul Pogba for Kevin De Bruyne. No chance on earth. If they did, then, that would be amazing. Matt Braga, how you doing, mate? Comments, Rashford is Welbeck 2.0. Sell him off. Shocking first half performance by United. I fully agree. I think Rashford is just not cut out to be a Premier League striker. He doesn't have that cutting edge. Not to say that he can't score goals. I just think he's better placed out wide. He seems good in terms of beating players with his pace, taking a man on. He's got vision, he can pass. He just can't bloody finish. He can have a shot from distance, he can cut in and have a pop. He'll probably score just as many goals doing that as he will playing the striker game. He's not a natural born finisher, is he? Both in terms of movement in the final third there as a striker, excuse me, and both in terms of just capping opportunities off. Excuse me. If we had a prime Van Nistelrooy right now, how many goals would we have scored this season more than we've done right now? I mean, it's not comparable. It's not like he's getting the opportunities either. He is being given some service. He had a one-on-one opportunity in this game and fluffed it. The game against Astana on Thursday night was a bloody joke in terms of finishing. He's had 4 or 5 great chances, and they're all at the keeper or wayward. I mean, it was a shocking display of attacking cutting edge in front of goal. Piss poor, in fact. Luke Padley comments, Noble had 9 touches in the build-up to the goal. Well pressed, lads. Oh my God, that's shocking. Did he really? I mean, just goes to show you the lads just not doing the pressing. You could see that though. They were moving all over the place. They were finding little patches of space very easily. Our defence, our defenders were just not doing a good enough job of picking their men up, unfortunately. And they went to sleep, and West Ham pounced on it. Really good movement by West Ham, and really good finish as well, to be fair, by Yarmolenko, who had a shot earlier on in the game as well. And they have got themselves a really easy goal in the end, an easy goal against United here to give them the 1-0 lead. I mean, it's a tough game, this one, for United now. Especially after you see that first half performance where West Ham were the better team. The better team all across the pitch. Not enough hunger from United, even not enough creativity or any sort of penetration going on. That's where the problems are. We're just not creating enough. Ollie needs to change it at half-time. I want to see some sort of a change from him at half-time. If he doesn't, he's just showing once again that maybe he doesn't have that ability to really take a game by the scruff of the neck. Because you can see Matic has offered nothing in that game. He's offered nothing in all the games, but he should be taken off the pitch. Fred needs to come on. Fred looked good in the last couple of games. Fred gives you a couple of opportunities. He's decent free kick taker, decent shot taker, and he's a good passer as well. Matic, on the other hand, he can't do anything at all. The Rhythm Doctor current's not overwhelmed by Declan Rice today as a potential transfer for United. Look, Declan Rice I think is a good player, but he doesn't really whet my appetite either. I've said that before. I think he's good, but he's not. You know, we need a quality in that position, and he could be, but I just don't think he's really good enough for what United need right now. But there you go. It's definitely better than Matic though. He's better than what we've got in terms of options for right now anyway. Buster B comments, we need Maddison and Sancho. 100%. I mean, James Maddison's shown this season and last season what a great creator he is. Homegrown, English, all that good stuff. Get him in the side. Ed Wood. What would you do, Wood? Do it. Just get him in there. It's a no-brainer. He's creative, he's young, he's hungry. He's going to be stepping up to United. It'll be a great challenge for him. Come on, make the bloody signing already. He's got to come in January. And then, of course, we do need... You know, like you say, Sancho would be brilliant. If you look at what Sancho's doing over in the German league and how good he's looked for the England national side when he's played as well, he looks a real talent. And he's the youngest of the lot. He's 19 years of age, Jadon Sancho, I think. Couldn't get the opportunities at City, so he went over to Germany, grown into a great player, got the opportunities. A lot to be said for doing that. I do think that the Premier League, in its current incarnation, does halt the progression of English and homegrown players, absolutely, because it's hard for these younger lads to break into the team and get any sort of game time when when all the clubs are paying foreign players a huge amount of money because they're big names and they're ready and they're doing the experience. So it is tough for younger players to break in. But, I mean, that is why players like Maddison and Sancho are special and are great candidates, because they're breaking in, they're showing what they can do, even though that is the case. So I think Maddison and Sancho would be great couple of signings for us. But is that realistic? Could Manchester United really get those players in, both of them? I mean, we'd probably have to sell Pogba or somebody to finance it as well. I don't see the Glazers going to spend that sort of money in January after spending 150 million in the window and getting rid of our players, cutting our expenditure as what they've been doing. I don't really see them being comfortable spending that sort of a money to bring those two players in. And I say 150 million we've already spent. It'd probably be more than that to bring those two players in. If Harry Maguire is worth 80 million to Leicester, then I'm sure James Maddison's worth the same or more to Leicester. And Jadon Sancho, same sort of thing, really. You're talking about some of the best younger talents in European football right now. So in order to get them to your club, you've got to pay them. And Leicester won't want to part with them. And so there you go. You're going to have to pay a huge amount of money to get them. Will the Glazers put the hands in their pockets and bring these players in for us? Not on your Nelly, lads and lasses. That's all I'm saying. I think it could happen. One of them could happen, but I don't think 150 million is going to be spent in January. Jarvis Cocker comments, Pig, love your show, but ease up on Rashford. He's not the finished article. For him to develop to a top-class striker, he needs game time. Respect Jarvis. I love the fact you're backing up Rashford there. No, I like Rashford. He's 21. He's got a heck of a lot of improving to do. At this stage of his United career, he's progressing decently. He really is. But he's just not quite the player that I thought he was going to be at this stage. When he burst on the scene, Louis van Gaal gave him the opportunity at striker. His movement, his finishing, it all seemed to be there. But he's just sort of taken a back step over the last season, it seems. And he's not comfortable in that position like he used to be. He's looked good when he's played out on the wings. That's where I like to see him. He looks good there, but I just don't think he's our natural finisher that we need. Greenwood, on the other hand, he could be. I think Martial, when he's fit, he's obviously got a lot of finishing ability, natural finishing ability, probably more than Marcus Rashford. So, you know, he's my candidate for being a striker. And if he's not fit, then Greenwood. But I hear you. Look, he's going to play these games. He's going to get game time. But we've got to win games and score goals. And I don't care if you're 17, 21, 25. If you're not getting the goals in the back of the net for United consistently from week to week, you can't really be selected in the side in that position anymore. I'm sorry, you've got to score. Even if we're not winning games, the strikers should be scoring goals. And Rashford, unfortunately, he's not doing it for us. Not to say that he can't in the future, not to say that he can't do a great job for us out wide right now. But in terms of an out-and-out striker, he just doesn't have it. He doesn't have that it factor. That's my opinion anyway. You know, you've obviously got your own opinion there. Fair play. He has scored goals for us. Gungshi comments, Rashford has been playing first-team football for years now. That's a fair point, Gungshi. You know, he is literally 21 now. Louis van Gaal gave him his opportunity at the age of 18. He came in, looked great, deservedly played his way into the first team, got the experience now. He's got a few years at the top level. Just compare, some of the younger talents that we've had previously at Manchester United at a young age. Wayne Rooney was 18 when we signed him, I think. 18 years of age. He scored a hat-trick on his debut against Galatasaray in the Champions League and just hit the ground running. And you could argue that his best part of his career was from 21 to 26. You could argue that. Now, for Rashford, he's still young. He's not even there. We'll see how he does. I think he will be a quality player, but he's got to start doing it now, Gungshi. You're right. He has got experience. He has got game time. He's going to have to do it. It's not like Greenwood, who's 17 and completely green, forgive the pun, who's new to it and has to learn and has to get the experience. No, he's got a lot of experience. He's played a lot of games for both England and Man United so far. He's got to show a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. But look, I'll support him. I understand it's not entirely his fault or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault because we just don't have the strength and depth in the squad. We don't have a great squad to call upon. We don't have Dwight York, Andy Cole, Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to call upon in striking options. No, we don't. We've got Greenwood, we've got Rashford and we've got Martial. And if there's an injury or two injuries like there is today, we've just got Rashford. So that is, of course, why we're having problems in terms of getting the ball in the back of the net. But it is a shame that Rashford's just not doing it for us at the moment. I would hope that he would. Raj Taj Mahood comments, nice to see you, Raj, comments, LVG always insisted Rashford is a winger, not a striker. Well, there you go. I mean, I think that's probably the case. I mean, there was a time and a place where I thought Rashford's best position was a striker. And when I saw him in wide positions, I wasn't so convinced. But now, honestly, it's the other way round. I think he looks better in a wide position. His passing ability, his vision's come on leaps and bounds. His finishing, not so much. Chris Burrows comments, we're so frustrating. Why is Fred not playing over Matic? Don't know. It's ridiculous. So Manchester United's team were waiting for West Ham to get back out on the pitch here. The game has kicked off, by the way, just to let you know. I'll keep you up to date with what's going on. So we're 45 minutes, 7 seconds gone, 8 seconds gone, 9 seconds gone. If you guys want to sync up and watch the game along with me, I'll keep you up to date with what's going on. But bloody come on now, United. This was pathetic, this performance so far. The first 45 minutes, completely lacking in creativity, completely toothless. Has there been any substitutions? Please, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, tell me you've done something positive at half-time. Please. So here's United's lineup now. De Gea, Ashley Young, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, so no change in the back line. Matic is still on there. McTominay, James, Mata, Pereira and Rashford. No changes at all. No changes at all to report. I think that's a poor decision. He should have made a change. What has Matic done for us? Put Fred on for Pete's sake. Portuguese says, don't get the hate for Matic. He has been one of the only bright lights tonight. What? I mean, he had a shot on goal from 40 yards, which was a half chance. Other than that, I don't think he's been a bright light. Personally, I mean, anytime he's got it, he's just given it to a teammate. Like, okay, he's not really put a foot wrong, but he's offered us nothing. He's offered us nothing there. Josh says, I can't go to work tomorrow if we lose Pig. Crikey, mate. That is, I know the feeling, mate. It is terrible. We need to get the result. I mean, I was just saying, wasn't I? Like, how good would it be to have this Pig in the Hen show on Wednesday? Coming up against Henry Hotspur. He's been jovial recently. He's been overly confident. He's been quite disrespectful to Manchester United during our Pig in the Hen shows, to be honest with you. And I was loving the prospect of really getting stuck into Spurs and how shit they are. Here come Manchester United with a chance, though. Hold on a second. Rashford tries to get on the end of it. And he can't. West Ham doing a good job of defending there. I mean, you know, we're going to have to really get going, get forward, getting into West Ham in this game. Start creating now. All, you know, guns blazing, backs to the wall, jobby, but in an attacking sense. Do you know what I mean? We should be throwing absolutely everything forward now. No doubt about it. I mean, the lack of creativity in the first half was a joke. I want to see Mata getting on the ball. I want to see Pereira making those forward ones. I want to see James getting in behind. I mean, come on. Poltergeist comments, final result, 1-1. I mean, that wouldn't be the worst result in the world based on how we've performed and obviously the fact we're 1-0 down at the moment. But United need to be winning games at the moment, don't we? Teams like West Ham, we should be beating. I don't care if we're away from home. McTominay, Pereira down the right. Good ball into the six-yard box. Oh, he's missed the sitter. Juan Mata is the man to miss an absolute sitter. Andreas Pereira does brilliantly down the right to get into space. Good ball played through into him as well. I'm not sure who it was. Maybe by Matic, actually. And the 6-yard box is the target for Pereira. And unfortunately, Mata just cannot get he gets on the end of it, but he cannot guide it into the back of the net. What a miss that is by Juan Mata. Good run from him. Good position he got in, but shocking bit of finishing from the lad. Like every other United player right now. But Andrea Pereira doing well there. And I'm not sure who played the pass into Pereira, but that was a good little pass from either McTominay or Matic, who I was just slating. But one of those played a decent pass into Pereira. Pereira played a very good pass. And Mata couldn't cap it off. The shocking bit of finishing by Mata. But of course, it's not really what he's known for. Here come West Ham, though, on the counter. Shot on goal. David De Gea gets the ball. Oh, my days. Luke Padley comments, Mata, you tart. What a joke that was. Shocking bit of finishing from the lad. He's not going to keep his place in the side with finishing like that, is he? Ball over the top, looking for the run of Rashford, who just seemed to slow down a little bit, but then he sped up and he almost won the ball back. Pulling the shirt of Ogbonna there, but he just shows the strength to be able to fend off Marcus Rashford well enough. And here come West Ham once again on the counter-attack. Bit of space on the left-hand side of the pitch for West Ham here. Can Wan-Bissaka get the block in? Closes Felipe Anderson down. Back inside by West Ham. Definitely need a shave. You know when you need a shave when your mustache starts tickling your top lip. It's not good. It's a horrible feeling. 49 minutes, 49 seconds gone on the clock. Daniel James showing that Forrest Gumpy-esque pace. Here he comes. Oh, the ball's just gone out for a throw-in to United, deep in West Ham's half. Ogbonna goes down on the ground. Josh comments, we playing okay, be positive please, we need to win this. We've started this second half much better, we're getting forward there. You can see that James flooding forward. Good movement earlier for that Mata chance, even though it wasn't capped off. But at least we have actually created something. At least we've created something in this game now. The first half was a complete joke in terms of creation for United. We've created more in this half already after 5 minutes than we have done in the first half, pretty much. Jay comments, Man City 8 goals a game, Man United 8 goals a season. Oh my days. I mean, it would be nice just to see one of those old-fashioned Manchester United destruction derbies, wouldn't it? Where we just take a really good team and destroy them. I mean, I know we did it against Chelsea, but 4-0, but I'm talking about another one. It'd be nice to see another one of those. And that was not really Chelsea, was it? That wasn't Chelsea. Lampard's got his work cut out from there, but he's turned it around since then, to be fair. To a degree. Right, throw into United. Here we go. Bit of space for us. Daniel James gets the ball, and it's a good ball, but the keeper clutches it to his chest. But yeah, I mean, this second half is looking a lot better for United already. I mean, we're taking the game to them. We've got numbers up there. We're getting down the wings there, as we just did. And on the other side for that Mata chance. So we've already done better things in this half than we have done in the first half. So Ole Gunnar's at least changed things up a little bit in terms of the mentality, in terms of the tactics. Don't know what he said to them. I hope he gave them a rocket up their arse at half-time because they needed it after that display. It was just lacking in everything. And then the way we conceded that goal was just a defensive calamity too. You can't be expecting that sort of lack of movement from top players like this and lack of real effort, it seemed. DJ Fergus comments, "You're ahead of me, you're ruining my viewing." Well, I can't do too much about that, Fergus. I apologise. Can you speed it up? I don't know. I'll tell you what, Fergus. I'll just pause my stream, yeah, and then we'll just all wait for you to catch up. How's that? Rincon comments, "Fred, Gomez, and Rojo are warming up." Oh, finally! Please, I hope they get on the pitch soon. Although, to be fair, you know, we've started this second half better, but I would like to see Fred come on for Matic, 100%. He deserved to start this game ahead of Matic anyway. It's a joke that Solskjaer selected Matic ahead of Fred in this game. Don't know what that was all about. Literally, he must be the best player in the world in training. He must be like Maradona, Pele, Ronaldinho or something in training. Or if not that, like a defensive sort of, I don't know, like a "my name is Kante Gattuso." But in reality, on the actual game day, he's bloody useless. He shrivels up into Carlton Palmer or something, this lad. Anyway, here come West Ham down the right. They've got themselves a corner. Ashley Young makes the block. Hold on a second. Is there some sort of a handball shout here? Are they looking at VAR? Wait a second. It's ball to hand. What's the ruling? What's the ruling these days? Hold on a second. No, I mean, he can't do anything. He can't get out of the way of that one. That's definitely not a penalty. Yeah, he was so close to it, he couldn't get out of the way of that. So definitely not a penalty there. Ball comes in from United from the corner. To United's defence from the corner, I mean. Here come West Ham again down the right. Wayward ball over the top. Alex Rudd with a super chat. Thank you very much for getting in here with your super chat, Ruddinator. He comments, "Are you going to watch the Maradona documentary?" I definitely will be, to be fair. I mean, he's a very, very interesting character. I've read his autobiography, actually. Thought he came across a little bit of a douchebag, to be perfectly honest with you. Don't know if it was ghost written or whatever, but seemed a little bit bitter about certain things. Mostly the fact that he got caught for all these drugs, epinephrine and cocaine and things like that throughout his footballing career. It's like, fair enough. But come on, Maradona. You're a professional footballer. Don't do those things. So, anyway, he's quite bitter about all those things. But he was a great player, wasn't he? I'd definitely be watching it. He was an interesting character. Cheating scumbag against England in the 86 Mexico World Cup as well. But other than that, you know, that goal he scored in that same game against England was one of the best goals you ever see. So he was just an incredible talent. To me, one of the best players to ever play. I'll definitely be watching it. I do generally love documentaries about stuff like that anyway. I'd love it if I don't know if there is one. There probably is one, but I'd love it if there was a new, real high-budget cinematic release, one of Pele's life and career too. But yeah, I love all that sort of stuff. Felipe Anderson down the left for West Ham. Great challenge there by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who says, "Thou shalt not pass, Felipe Anderson." Gandalf Bissaka. And he does a good job of putting it out there. But corner for West Ham here. Oh, good worked little corner routine by West Ham there. United just managed to deal with it. Can we break on the counter here? Juan Mata tries to get us away. And it's a good block. And it goes out for a United throw. Everybody who's tuning in to the live watch along today, thanks so much for stopping by on the channel. Get involved in the live chat as much as you can. I'll read a bunch of them out as we go along. And thanks for tuning into the Flying Pig United channel. Do us a favour, smack a cheeky little like on this video. If you can give it a share on social media, that'd be great. And if you're new to the channel, just hit that subscribe button for more watch-alongs, more United content, more football content in general. Follow me in these social media places as well. Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at Mr. Flying Pig HD. Thanks very much, guys, for joining me. Oh, chance for United here! Juan Mata turns, puts it back across into a danger zone! And Scott McTominay latches onto the end of it, tries to get a shot off on goal, does, but it's right at the keeper. Let's have a look at this. Good pass. Whoever played the through ball through to Juan Mata, somebody tell me who that was. It was a great pass just to split West Ham's defence. Mata did a good enough job just to turn and try and get it back in across the 6-yard box where he was hoping a team would be running onto it. McTominay managed to get something on it. and get a shot off at goal. But, I mean, you know, this is much better. This is much better performance so far in the second half. With 12 minutes played, we've just hit 57 minutes even on the clock. 12 minutes played, we've created more in this 12 minutes than the entire first half, so that is positive. Much better second half performance so far. We just got to keep pressing. It'd be nice to get a goal early on here. Oh, my days! And Haller just had some sort of a shot or a pass, and it took a deflection off of Scott McTominay here, and it just went rifling towards David De Gea's goal. Crikey, it was actually quite far wide, but it looked dangerous. Josh comments, Wan does not deserve to lose. He never does. He always puts in a great solid performance. He never deserves to be on a losing team for United so far this season anyway. Here come West Ham then, again down the right hand side for them. Overlapping run, played. It's a good bit of defending by, who was it, Maguire and Lindelof, one of them. Good block in. West Ham retain possession though, and come again down the right hand side of the pitch. Cup taking it back inside. Good shape by Manchester United, just causing West Ham to have to pass it back into the centre of the park. They've given the ball away now. United get the ball under control. And can we counter? Can we hit them here? McTominay on the ball, surging run forward. Good bit of play by Matic to get us going there as well. McTominay forward run, just dispossessed. Just couldn't get the pass off to a teammate. And Marcus Rashford goes down to the ground. What's happened here? Has he picked up an injury? Oh, shite. Now Marcus Rashford's got a bloody injury. He's pulled a hammy or something. He's down on the ground. We've got no recognised strikers available. I mean, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because in terms of actually putting the chances away, Rashford's just not been at the races for us. As much as I don't want him to be injured, is he the man to score us the goals? I don't know, but Rashford, this is terrible for United. It just goes to highlight the shoddy work the Glazers did in the summer, bringing players in. Because with Rashford out, with Martial out, with Greenwood out, we don't have a bloody recognised striker in the team. He's just pulled a hammy. Let's have a look. Yes. Oh, no, he's pulled a bloody hammy, man. Oh, crikey, he's down on the ground. Henry Hotspur. Oh, fucking hell. He comments, Pig was loving Spurs lost the other day. What a horrible man. Come on, United, now. We've got to get a result in this game. Henry Hotspur. Yeah, I was bloody loving it, Henry. And I still want to just say, actually, you've just cheered me up. Come on, the Foxers. Get in there. You know, Spurs, unfortunately, this is their season to buckle back to mediocrity. The Spurs bottling company is back in production, though actually, it was never out of production. Hang on a sec, Rashford's gone off. He's off injured. He's full on off injured, lads. And Lasses, he's off. Rashford's off. Who's coming on then? We need to sign a striker now, don't we? Callum Wilson at Bournemouth looking nice. Just somebody. Stephen Shorrock comments, I'll take Lukaku right now. Oh my God. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Oh, Jesse Lingard's coming up the pitch, man, to play up top for United. Crikey. Jesse Lingard coming on the pitch to play. This is where he scores a hat-trick. Come on, Jesse. Let's get a bit of belief in the team for the last half an hour of this game, eh? Come on, Jesse, do something. You can't do anything at CAM. You can't do anything across United's 3. So let's see what you can do at striker, mate. Ian T comments, no backup striker on the bench. What the F? Where's Greenwood? He's out with tonsillitis, is he? Bloody hell, man. I mean, he played in the game on Thursday night against the starter and scored. It's come on very quickly. I mean, even him for the last half an hour, barely fit, would be better than Jesse Lingard up top there, probably. I mean, that's the thing. We've got no recognised striker. It's a disgrace, man. I mean, it looked like a hamstring as well, so he could be out for a good few weeks here. Martial's out for a while, isn't he? How does anybody know what the sort of injury status is on Anthony Martial? And we'll see what happens with Greenwood, but it just goes to further highlight the need for a striker in the transfer window. We let Lukaku go, we let Sanchez go. That's great if you replace them, but we didn't. Yarmolenko now has created an opportunity for West Ham, and De Gea makes a great save to deny West Ham their second goal. Perhaps should have been. Good bit of play by West Ham there, and they totally got through on us. And De Gea Made a really good save. Let's have another look at this replay. So down the right it comes. Lovely through ball played through. I think it's Felipe Anderson with the final shot. And it's too close to De Gea. But De Gea does a very good reactionary save there. Just saves it with his knee. And out it goes. Good reflexes from David De Gea. But, I mean, just, there we go. Another worry for United now. Come on, get it back together now. We've lost Rashford, but we've got to just pick our heads up and get back to the good football we were playing for about 10 minutes there. Matic on the ball then. McTominay on the ball. Back to Matic. Matic down the left. Good little pass. Daniel James, good run. Oh, and the final ball by Daniel James is that of a headless chicken, unfortunately, on this occasion. But the pace showed by him there is another reason to fear Daniel James when he's on the ball, because he can really easily take it past the defender, it seems. He just did it there. But unfortunately, his pass was shocking. Billy T comments, big mistake not replacing Lukaku or Sanchez. All our strikers injured now. You're telling me, Billy T, is it a big mistake? Of course it is. It all comes from the bloody owners and Ed Woodward and these twats not strengthening in this summer. I've said it 100 times. I'm sick of saying it. But that's the problem. A couple of injuries to key players and we're absolutely fucked. That is what the case is at the moment for United. Neil Duffin comments, it's embarrassing, mate. Rashford abysmal and Jesse Lingard coming on. No better ideas, Solskjaer. Philip Jones comments, I feel a pig rant coming up if United don't do anything soon. I think there's going to have to be a pig rant regardless, even if we get the bloody winner, pal. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not if we get the winner, but, you know, I think there's going to have to be a rant regardless, because this performance has been poor. The selection's not been right either, I don't think, by Ollie. And the injury problems we've got are highlighted again. It's just turning into, you know, just when we thought we were going to get back into it this season, if we got the positive result against West Ham, with some of the teams faltering around us, we could have been right back up there. And we could have been feeling a lot more positive. But with this sort of a display, with this sort of lack of, I don't know, tenacity or fight from the players at this stage, and just the lack of players we've actually got available to us and the depth in the squad, I think it's going to be a shite season. Just is turned around pretty quickly. But look, come on, United. Come on, we've got a little bit of time left in this game. 25 minutes. The clock is on 64 seconds. 42 seconds gone if you want to sync it along with me, guys. But honestly, thanks to everyone who's tuning in. I know it's not the most entertaining of performances by United. Here come West Ham down the left. Good bit of defending there by Victor Lindelof, just to show that strength and win the goal kick for United. Oh my God. So they just, there's a statistic. West Ham have had more possession than Manchester United have in the second half. Even more than they did in the first half. So Henry Hotspur piping up. This is the only time you see him when United are doing poorly. Mate, just dwell on Spurs being shit. Anyway, I'll read your comment out, Henry. He comments, United's performances have been far worse than Spurs despite our loss the other day. Leicester are strong at home, right up there in the mid-table with good manager. I mean, that's the sort of mentality you get from a Spurs fan, isn't it? They look at that as a, you know, it's not a bad result, that one. The performances were all right. You were shite, mate, okay? Leicester were much better than you. You were absolutely pathetic against Newcastle too, and you were the luckiest team on earth to get any sort of a result against Man City. Jog on! Luke Padley comments, these midfielders are like cardboard cutouts, no intensity at all, let alone quality. Ollie has to take some blame for that. He does, yeah, he's the one selecting them. He's the one selecting Matic when he's not fully charged, when he's not had the full 10,000 volts to Frankenstein's bloody monster twat. He's useless anyway. He's actually done okay this second half so far for us, Matic, so I'll let him off. But he's making the selection. We've got Lingard coming off the bench, no recognised striker as an option to replace an injured Rashford. He didn't get the players we needed. I'm not saying it's Ollie, but the trio, whoever had a hand in not strengthening and allowing Sanchez and Lukaku to go without somebody coming in to replace or even in a backup capacity, needs to hold their hands up and say, I'm a complete twat right now. I'm a twat because I didn't make the necessary signings in the summer and allow Ollie the actual tools to develop this team. He's not got the tools to win games at the moment, Ollie. You know, I feel sorry for him. We don't have the midfield and we don't have certain other key positions with the quality in it. So, anyway, here come United with a chance down the right. Oh, Wan-Bissaka tries to spray the ball across to the 6-yard box, but it's blocked away. Red Devil 9 comments, Mata needs to be substituted ASAP. I mean, who are we bringing on? Angel Gomez, you think maybe would be the impact that we need? I mean, Mata, look, he's not had a good game. McTominay with a chance. He just tried to rifle one across goal. I'm not sure if it's a shot or a cross, but either way, Fabianski's palmed it out for a Manchester United corner. And, yeah, I mean, you know, Mata's really not had a good game today. I agree. I mean, make a change. If you're going to make a change, make a change. I'd like to see Fred and Angel Gomez come on. Corner in. Maguire heads it down. It falls back to Harry Maguire. He has a shot and he's just at the keeper there. And Fabianski is equal to it. It goes out for another corner. But this is better stuff from United anyway. Piling on a bit of pressure. The corner comes in. Good head down by Maguire. And it just finds its way back to his feet there. I think it was Maguire anyway. The ball comes in then from the corner. Hang on. Here come United with a corner. Come on, lads. Oh, and it is dealt with, headed away, corner headed away. Nathan Phelps comments, we are embarrassing to watch, not a good team at all, so bad and embarrassing. I mean, we're just not a good team at the moment, it's fair to say. At least we are showing a bit more this second half, but yeah, we don't have the quality, we don't have the players we used to. You know, the manager is obviously an inexperienced manager, not to say that I don't think he should be the manager, I'm just saying that he's not a true tactician or a tinkerman or has the experience, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, got a stain on it type manager. He's not. He's a fresh manager. He's only managed Molde in the Norwegian League and got sacked by Cardiff. That's what we're faced with here. But other than that, we've also got a squad incapable of even challenging for the top 4. We've got a top 5, top 6 squad, but not a top 4 squad. Based on this performance, though, you'd say we're struggling to be a top 10 squad. West Ham are doing a good job against us. First half, they dominated. Stephen Shark says, Henry's loving this. Henry Hotspur says, I need Salah to score. Nobody cares about your fantasy football, Henry Hotspur, okay? United are losing at the moment. That's what we care about. No, fair enough, Henry. Thanks very much for getting in here, mate. I notice you only come and say something when United are losing, though, during these watch-alongs. Nice one, pal. Where were you after the Spurs game, eh? Where were you when Leicester beat you? That's what I want to know. 70 minutes just gone on the clock. Nathan says, literally, we'll struggle to make top half. You're not wrong. I mean, we you know, based on this performance, I mean, come on, we're going to finish top 6, aren't we? We're going to finish top 6. Luke Padley says, the fact that people are calling for Fred to come on tells us what a sad state of affairs we are in. He is mediocre to be generous. Look, I fully agree. We've not seen a lot from Fred over his United career. He's bang average. Here he is, though. He's coming on the pitch right now, but he's looked better in the last couple of games than Matic has, who's just come off. See you later on, Matic. Get Fred on. At least he can create a little bit more. You know, at least he can create a bit more. In the last game, to be fair to Fred, he looked good. He had a couple of good positive shots on goal, good free kick chance, you know, rattled the crossbar. He did some things, and his passing was good. So I am quite happy with Fred coming on for Matic right now. But I hear you. You know, back in the day, it's like, oh, what? Roy Keane and Scholes, one of them's taken a knock. Who do we bring on? Oh, Nicky Butt, Darren Fletcher, or whatever. You know, now we bloody don't have it, do we? We don't have the sort of depth that we once had. Let's just swap Beckham over to centre mid or whatever. That'll be absolutely fine. You know, it's like we just don't have the options. I hear you. Jack Wilshere, what a tip, by the way. Something about Jack Wilshere I just don't like. What is it? I don't know, but I just don't like him. Red Devil 9 says we need a striker in January. We bloody need one now. All of our strikers are injured. Who's available on a free transfer signing or a loan or some sort of deal? Can we get a player in now? I think we can still get a free transfer, right? Let's just sign somebody because we don't actually have a player there. I mean, there was some talk of maybe like Llorente at some point was going to be brought in on a free. Obviously, it didn't materialise, but, you know, we could do with a backup like that right now. I mean, if we had, say, Llorente on the bench right now to come on for an injured Rashford when we don't have any other recognised strikers, it's not the worst thing in the world to have, is it? The Clyde comments, what about Bentner Pig? Are you talking about Lord Bentner? I mean, look, to be perfectly honest with you, I think Bentner's absolutely shite. I know there's this whole Lord Bentner thing, and people like to pretend he's one of the best players in the world, but he's not, is he? He's not, is he? He's pretty useless, or at least when he was at Arsenal, he was bloody useless. I haven't really seen too much of him since, to be fair. "72 minutes, 44 seconds just gone on the clock, lads and lasses. Something has happened with my live chat here. I'm not too sure what's gone on. Let's just pop it out, see if that helps. But hopefully I am still coming through, because the chat's just stopped working there. Strange. Here we go. It seems to be working again. So, Alex Rudd says, can you guys recall Sanchez? No, I don't think we can, because they've paid a fee for him. It's an agreed fee. We can't recall him. It's not like we just let them have him. So, no, they've got him until the end of the season, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately sort of with a wry smile, because do we really want Sanchez back? But if we had Sanchez available right now, wouldn't it be nice to stick him on the pitch? That's all I'm saying. You're talking about somebody who's still a good player for Chile, who was great for Arsenal. Sure, he had a terrible time at United. But, I mean, you know, Jesse Lingard up top or Alexis Sanchez up top? Who's the better finisher? That, you know, oh my God. United have had a mare this season. We really have. 73 minutes, 47 seconds on the clock now. Not long left for United to get an equaliser, nor a winner. EK comments, get Wilfred Boney. He's free. Wilfred Boney was a good player for Swansea when he was in the Premier League. Absolutely, to be fair. Didn't know he was even on a free. But he's completely... He's like, now we're getting a shit Lukaku. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he was good for Swansea, but it's like we're getting a shit Lukaku now. We got rid of Lukaku because we don't want to play with that type of player. Now we're getting a shit Lukaku. Is that what it's come to? Same with Llorente. It's like, do we... You know, I'm not saying Llorente's that great of a player right now, but he has been a good player in the past. He's got experience, and he is a finisher. He scored that goal for Spurs against Ajax, didn't he? Coming off the bench to get them to the final last year. So, you know, players like that, they'd be useful to have, is all I'm saying. We didn't plan ahead for this scenario, when we should have done. We were all talking about this scenario. A couple of key injuries to key players, and we're screwed. Come on, we've got 15 minutes here now. 15 minutes of normal time left in the game, boys and girls. Hey, do us a favour, if you're tuning in live to the live stream, smash a cheeky little like on it. Give us a hand. Help us out. It helps us get a little bit more higher up in the search and things like that. So please share this if you can. And like I say, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. Here come West Ham, though. And brought down to the ground. Is it a foul? The referee blows for a foul on Jack Wilshere, and he's won a West Ham a free kick here in a dangerous area. And was it Fred who's come in and committed the foul? It looks like Jack Wilshere's gone down so easily like a sack of potatoes there, though. But Fred just clipped him a little bit, gave away the free kick, and this is just prime. You know, I wouldn't, if I was West Ham and we had this free kick and this opportunity, I wouldn't be worried. Because United's free kick takers have been absolutely shite recently, whether it's been Rashford or whoever. Absolute dog turd. But West Ham, on the other hand, I'm worried about this. This is the prime position for a free kick here. They've got a great position central, just about 5 or 10 yards out from the edge of the area. Begging to be struck at goal here. Henry Hotspur, you're on the verge of being banned, mate. No, I'm only joking. I don't want to hear this negativity from you right now. Oh, and the shot on goal from the free kick. And it's just over De Gea's bar. Anyway, I'll read your comment out then. He says, I was laughing, Rudd, because it goes to show how far away United are from Spurs in terms of player choice. And I love it. I mean, yeah, we are. You've got so much depth there in the midfield particularly. You've got like 6 players that would get into United's team right now in the central mid position alone. I mean, big time. What can I say? Spurs do have more depth than us, but what does that tell you? It goes to show you what Pochettino and the players are doing an even shitter job then. Because you've got more tools at your disposal, and guess what? You're not winning. You're not winning enough games. You lost to your bloody Leicester, Newcastle recently. It's a joke. Pochettino's having a melt job, mate. Alex Rogers, should we time out Henry? I mean, I'll let you know. We'll see how it goes. I might swing the axe at some point, Alex. I'll let you know. Just if he starts pissing me off. Oh, hang on a second. United with a chance. 1-on-1 through on goal. Good bit of goalkeeping by Fabianski there, and it's gone out for a United corner. Daniel James was trying to get on the end of it. Short, quick corner by United. Pereira. What sort of shit is that from Fred? We just had a short corner there, and it was played back to United's the centre of the pitch, to the centre circle. Don't know why, and then Fred's just giving the ball out, giving the ball away out of the. Oh, I mean, it's just shocking. Good bit of goalkeeping by Fabianski there to deny Daniel James's run, and Yarmolenko with a good block as well to deny Jesse Lingard's shot. If that was Greenwood, he'd have just taken it to the side and had a shot there because he's more intelligent than Jesse Lingard at 17. Gavin John comments, Fred, what a joke. Just after we were all calling for Fred to come on for Matic, and he goes and does that. He goes and does that. Bloody hell. Fines comments, Ollie is still not trusting the young lads. That's what it is. I don't see why he's trying to trust these older lads, because these older lads are shite. He shouldn't be trusting them at all. Josh said, comments, get Greenwood on, please. That would be nice if he was on the fecking bench. But he's not. He's not, even though he's, I don't know what it is. Apparently he's got tonsillitis or something. Played on Thursday, scored. Not fit enough to even have 10 minutes in this game, though. What is that all about, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? JP comments, Fred Flintstone could do a better job. Yabba dabba do, pal, he could. Tell you what, Wilma! We need Freddie Flintstone on the pitch right now. He couldn't do any worse. Anyway, this is a bloody joke. It really is. There's only 10 minutes left in the game, pretty much. 79 minutes, 30 seconds gone on the clock now. And United have just not been good enough in this game. The first half was right up there with the most just frustrating and lacking in creativity performances of recent times. And this second half is just going to show you the lack of quality we got in the side, really. The lack of depth. Injury to Rashford. We've got Lingard up there playing. I mean, it's a joke, man. I mean, I was losing my voice before this game. And I'm certainly losing it now. And by the post-match reaction rant, which is what it's going to be, I'll definitely be losing it. Cal Payne comments, it's absolutely gash-tastic, Pig. It truly is. I mean, I don't know what else to say. We need a moment of magic here. We need to get something in the back of the net somehow. We still have 10 minutes. I mean, United, traditionally, we're the king of the comebacks. We're the comeback kings, you know. We pile it on until the end. Until the bitter end. But we haven't seen a lot of that from United recently. Alex Rincon comments, Gomez. Here he is. And he comes on the pitch. Angel Gomez on the pitch. Who's he come on for? Is it Juan Mata? Let's take a look. Anyway, good that Gomez is on. But 10 minutes left, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Too little, too late once again yet, pal. Yet again. Marek Stachowski comments, Pig, honestly, I kind of see a dead end, to be honest, for United. Don't honestly know what to do this season. Even winter transfers look tough. You're absolutely right, mate. I'm just getting so pissed off today, mate. It's like one step forward, one step back every single time. Every single time. We just somehow managed to get the win against Leicester, even though we didn't really deserve it. And then here we are with West Ham schooling us at the moment. It's piss poor. Back to Fabianski it goes then. United with, what, just over 10 minutes including stoppage time to try and make something happen here. Voodoo Chili comments wank Mata. Andres Rocco comments Mata and Matic, what a couple of crap players. Yeah, I mean, they have both performed not very good recently and not well today. Look, I like Mata, but at the moment he's not. I like to play players based on form, and Mata is not showing good form, so you know he shouldn't be selected in the next game. Just like Matic hasn't been showing good form and shouldn't be selected in the next game. That's how it works for me. It's like you've got to earn your place in the starting 11. And that's the one thing that I do criticise Solskjaer about, is he's not rewarding players based on good performances. Because if that was the case, you'd be seeing Rojo playing today, you'd be seeing Angel Gomez starting the game today, and you would have seen Fred start the game today. He's not doing that. So, we're just not putting the faith in him, unfortunately. Fines comments, Lingard sucks and Rashford is dreaming on the field. Well, there you go. Neil Duffin, these Muppets couldn't score in Amsterdam with €1,000 in their hands. Seedy comment there, Neil, but I hear you. Griffo says, how bad has this performance been? Unable to watch. I mean, it is just dreary. It's dreary, man. I'm trying to get something out of it, some sort of joy out of it, but it's just not coming. There has been barely any positives from this game. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's looked as good as ever, I'd say that. Other than that, I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about a team that couldn't defend that West Ham goal, which was poor defending. You're talking about a team that can't create anything from midfield. You're talking about a team that cannot cap any opportunities off. We're lacking in all departments here. We're even lacking in the character department, to be honest, because the last 20 minutes should be when you're seeing, oh, for fuck's sake, West Ham have just scored. It's 2-0. They've just scored a banger from a free kick. Cresswell. Freaking Cresswell makes it 2-0 to give United the loss today pretty much guaranteed unless we get some sort of a miracle at the London Stadium. And West Ham have just made it 2-0 with an incredible free kick. I mean, you've got to just take your hat off to that one. Could David De Gea have done any better? Let's see what's gone on. But that is a worldie. It's a worldie. Let's have a look. Oh, David De Gea does good to get across to it, to be fair. I mean, he's on the other side of his goal at the time. It's just a really great free kick, unfortunately. Mate, De Gea gets a palm to it. He should perhaps be keeping it out, but it's just a great free kick. Something that Manchester United cannot do. Look at that wall. Is that the smallest wall you've ever seen in your life? It looks like it. Anyway, this is absolutely shite, man. We've lost to bloody West Ham United, effectively. What a calamity. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, selection problems. You've had a fat mare. You've had a big mare not taking certain players off the pitch earlier on to try and change things up. You should have been rewarding players who have actually played well recently. You can't keep picking shite and expecting not shite out there. The Woodward, the Glazers, hold your heads in shame. We didn't get the players we needed. We haven't got the depth in the squad. Injury problems highlighted again today. It's just classic United under the Glazers. What can I say? Piss poor planning, piss poor performance, haven't got a recognised striker on the pitch. I mean, what are we doing here, boys and girls? What are we doing? Come on then. Wan-Bissaka down the right for United, trying to make something happen. Fred on the ball, plays a good ball forward. McTominay gives it away. Gungshi, thank you very much for your super chat here, mate. He comments, what a calamity. Come on, you mate. It's a fucking joke, Gungshi. What is this of a performance? This is a steaming pile of wank of a performance, this one. Seriously, though, I mean, this is about as bad as it gets for United, isn't it? Over the last decade, this is about as bad as it gets in terms of creativity, in terms of passion, in terms of character, in terms of bottle, in terms of quality, in terms of players. This is as bad as it gets. Henry, piss off with your conspiracy nonsense. Jesus. Anyway. And now I've got to do that pissing show with Henry Hotspur on Wednesday. It's a disgrace. Unbelievable. Rincon comments, I'm so sad. This is so unfair to a club legend like Ollie. He has no team to work with. I mean, it's true, man. We don't have the depth that United come surging forward. Daniel James! Oh, Daniel James with a shot and it hits the side netting. Nice play by Daniel James, though, trying to do it all himself. And it's Fred who plays the ball forward, I think. But somebody played a good ball forward and Daniel James got onto it. He showed his pace, his blistering pace. But he's just hit it into the side netting, man. Alex Rudd comments with a super chat. Thank you, Alex. He says, Don't United can go to any clue and be confident. I don't know what you're on about, mate. I think you're saying I don't think United can go and play any football club and be confident. I think it's true, man. Come up against Norwich at Old Trafford and we're probably going to get done. Come up against Watford, who Man City beat 8-0, and we're not feeling overly confident going into it. Wolves, Leicester, these teams were expecting a very tough game. We are not the United of old. We've just got to put it behind us, say that it's all the Glazers' fault, it's all Woodward's fault. And okay, Ollie could be doing better out there in terms of selections, but he's got a shit team of players to select from. That's the problem here. We'll be wrapping this up in about 5 minutes because it's 87 minutes, 22 seconds gone. I just want to say thanks to everybody who's joined me for the watch along today. Bit of a depressing, frustrating, angering one, but thank you very much for joining me. Do us a favour, smash a cheeky little like on it. Subscribe, get involved in the comments, and make sure you stick around on the channel because in a few minutes after kickoff, I'll be jumping back on with my post-match, I was going to say analysis, but it's not. It's going to be some sort of a destruction. I'm going to really just give you my entire thoughts on what I feel about this disgusting display from United and the disgusting situation United are in right now. West Ham making a couple of substitutions at the end of the game here. Henry Hotspur having a dig at Ollie again, saying he's not cut out for the job. You're talking shite, mate. Jose Mourinho came in. Or was he not cut out for the job? One of the biggest, most experienced, most successful managers of the last 2 decades. Was he not cut out for the job? Was Louis van Gaal, same thing with him, not cut out for the job? I mean, when they come in, they're not... Those are big-name managers. They didn't work out. Let's give Ollie Solskjaer a chance, eh? Look, I'm not happy with his selection and stuff, but it's not about Ollie, this Henry. It is about the players, it's about the owners, it's about the lack of depth we've got in the squad. Couple of injury problems, and you're seeing that we're exploited out there. Richard James says Henry's right about Ollie. He's not. He's not right about Ollie. Look, he who knows? Only time will tell to see who's right about Ollie. That's his opinion, fair enough. But it's not the problem. He's not the main problem at United. He's not the main problem. TV AJ comments, Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ollie all playing the same. It's obviously the players. Well, I mean, the players, a lot of them aren't the same. Some of them aren't the same, but sure, the players are lacking character and bottle and fight and quality in certain situations, but we also need more players. We should have got 3 or 4 more players in the summer transfer window to try and improve on the quality that we're lacking. And we didn't. So what does that tell you? I mean, I don't think that's, the players are the players. Ollie is the manager, but we needed better players and more of them. People jumping on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out already, it's a disgrace. I mean, look, fair enough. I can understand he's not got the experience, but he's never going to get that experience unless we give it to him. And he's an ex-club legend. He deserves it. He does deserve a bit more respect at this stage, but his selections are poor. The tactics have not worked out today, so he is in control of some of the stuff going on. Wan-Bissaka with a shot, and it's a rifling half volley, but it's wayward. And 90 seconds has just gone on the clock. We've reached full time almost. Just stoppage time left. 4 minutes of added time. Can we score 2 goals in that based on the last 8 minutes? Not on your bloody life. And some United fans are leaving the Stadium of London already here because they've seen enough, and I don't blame them because this is an absolutely pants performance. It really is. Woodward sat on there looking like an absolute prat. Nobody wants to see your face, Ed Woodward. It's all your fault, really. Ollie's just a scapegoat. See, the thing is with the Glazers and Ed Woodward and these guys, Ed Woodward is the yes man for the Glazers. The Glazers just want a scapegoat as a manager. They don't really care who the manager is, as long as they can, get United in the top 6 every season and just get us ticking over so they can suck money out of the club. They just get a scapegoat in. At the moment, the scapegoat's Ole Gunnar. That's everyone who's blamed. You can see the fans are blaming Ole Gunnar right now. But really, we didn't address the problems we had before the season started. We sold Sanchez, Lukaku. We didn't replace them with forward players. I mean, come on. Of course he's not got the squad capable of doing the business. But, okay, to be fair, we should be doing better with the squad we've got here against West Ham. We should. So the players, the manager, it's a combination of fuckery at United. This is just dreary. We're done. We've lost the game, haven't we? We've lost to West Ham here. For fuck's sake. iPoddy24 comments, what's the score? It's 2-0 to West Ham, pal, okay? Don't go anywhere after this video finishes, by the way, lads and lasses. Keep a lookout on Twitter for when I post the link to my live rant video, because that's what it's going to be on this shite today. And there's going to be, you know, to be fair, I'm going to go into Ole Gunnar in this video after. I don't care what he says. Look, I think he needs faith and time, and he can't do anything with this shit squad that we've got. But at the same time, come on, we've got to be playing better. He's got to be making better selections. He shouldn't be playing the old shite. So I'm going to be talking a lot about Ole. I'm going to be talking a lot about the players tonight. So stick by for my thoughts this afternoon. Oh dear, West Ham coming forward once again, surging forward. Can they make it 3? This is a bloody embarrassment! Oh my God, West Ham the better team today, you have to say. That goes to show you what a shit predicament Manchester United are in. Oh my God, West Ham just passing it round, their players getting the olays. We can't get the ball back off them at the moment. And that's the end of the game. It's basically the end of the game. I mean, what a disgusting, disgusting situation United is in, honestly. This is a far cry from a Manchester United side that I know. This is a far cry. What is going on here? Fred, do something, you melter. Lalu Pato says, Fred, is he even a footballer? He's not. He's a cartoon character. We all know that. Berber Spin says, appreciate the watch along, Mr. Pig. Cheers, pal. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in today. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be wrapping this up literally in about 20 seconds because I'm going to freaking get ready and prepared for the post-match reaction rant show. You do that too. But for now, do us a favour. Smash a cheeky little like on it. Subscribe if you're new here. And thank you to everybody who's got in the comment section and made this watch along what it is today. And that's the final whistle. What a shower of shit from Manchester United. 2-0 at the London Stadium. We've lost to West Ham. 3 points dropped. It's a shambles. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a minute to fully break down the show with a bit of post-match analysis, if that's what you want to freaking call it. Anyway, guys, I'll see you there. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. Follow me on social media at Mr. Flying Pig HD too if you want. But don't send me any shite. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Take it easy. This is the pig. For fuck's sake.